असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय।
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्वी नावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Good morning. Please see page number 27. The second quote in the page. The miseries of the world cannot be cured by physical help only. Until man's character changes, these physical needs will always arise, and miseries will always be felt, and no amount of physical help will cure them completely. The only solution of this problem is to make mankind pure. The miseries of the world cannot be cured by physical help only. The miseries of the world cannot be cured just by increasing wealth. I think Bertrand Russell, who said, unless mankind increases in wisdom as much as in knowledge, an increase of knowledge will be an increase of sorrow. Unless you increase in wisdom as much as in knowledge, an increase of knowledge will be an increase of sorrow. Today, our government actually is giving so many subsidies, sometimes in the form of money. What people do with that money? If you don't empower people culturally and spiritually, you give huge money to an individual, what he does? Simply indulge. Is it not? One of the admirers of Matta, all his relatives actually are in and around Hyderabad. They had huge lands. And you know how the land prices have skyrocketed, okay, all across the state, particularly in the city. So they became millionaires because of the land. Earlier they were very poor, not very rich, with small pieces of lands only. But because of real estate, the land prices have gone up to such an extent they became millionaires. So much of money has come to them. Now what to do with this money? They never imagined that they would get that much of money with this land. That much of money came. Simply they purchased some high-end cars. Fine. What next? Everyday party. So eat and drink, eat and drink. He said Swamiji, nearly 50 of his relatives died because of excessive drinking. I was shocked. 50? Do you mean it? Yes, Swamiji. Nearly 50 of them died because of so much of drinking. So an increase of wealth will surely be an increase of sorrow if you don't actually empower people culturally and spiritually. So sometimes it makes me feel that actually poverty is a blessing in disguise, right? We suffer poverty. Everybody wants more money, more money. Okay, you get money. What you will do with money? Okay. It's not easy to handle money. We think we can handle. It's not easy to handle money. It's not easy to handle power without actually spirituality. That's why the only solution of this problem is to make mankind pure. What is purity? How you'll get purity? Through meditation, through prayer, through repetition of God's name, and through selfless service. If you don't actually give these processes to people, okay, there is no way actually you can make the society a happy society. Desires can never be checked. You have one desire is fulfilled, you will go for another. That desire is fulfilled, you will go for another. Endless wants, endless wants. Because of that, minds get scattered. People are restless and peaceless. Unless you have contentment, okay, there's no way you can make yourself really happy. Today, you just see all the state of the art technology. The best of the technology has gone into making war machines, tanks, guns, bombs, and missiles. Where we are using them against ourselves, right? Man is using against man only. So, do we have stable enough intelligence? I'm saying, if you don't empower people culturally and spiritually, and if you don't help make human being integrate with human being, when you increase actually wealth, most of the wealth actually only goes, in making it weapons. All the major countries, they worked so hard. GDP actually, growth. They struggled for GDP. I want to make a bigger economy, bigger economy, bigger economy. Okay, you have become a very big economy. You have so much of money, so much of forex. What you will do with that money? Okay, next, invest in weapons. So all the countries today, they've already told you actually, around $2,000 billion per annum actually is the defense budget of all the countries in the world. Every country is piled of weapons and sitting on it. You can't sit actually on such a huge pile of weapons, you know, calmly for a long period of time. The itching to use them will always be there. Okay, they will go into wrong hands and then wars will start. So an increase of technology, actually, there is no guarantee that there will be an increase of peace in society. There will be more turmoil, there's scope for. That's why Swami is saying, unless mankind is made pure, how purity will come? Purity will come only through spirituality, only through meditation, prayer, repetition of God's name, and selfless service only, we will become pure. In Bible, Jesus said, you can't worship God and mammon. This mammon worship must stop. This mammon means materialism. Mammon means worship of money. Vivekananda said in America that you are all worshippers of dollars. He said, you worship money. You don't worship God. The same. 130 years back, he told in America, you don't worship God, you worship money. This is mammon worship, which Jesus spoke against in Bible. So all over the world, this mammon worship is going on. People actually, if you have wealth, they respect you. If you don't have wealth, they don't respect you. You may be a great man. You have a lot of kindness and compassion in your heart. You're a truthful human being. You're a honest human being. सच्चाई आदमी है आप लेकिन आपको respect नहीं मिलता है. People give you respect only when you have wealth. It's very unfortunate, I'm saying. Okay? But you should respect individuals if they have character. No, but that is not considered, unfortunately. Today, great man means, big man means somebody who has got big pocket. Somebody who has got a lot of money. Somebody who has got a lot of wealth is a big man, not somebody who has got good character. No, this is a wrong way of, appreciating greatness of individuals. That's why Swami is saying, unless you make mankind pure, the miseries of the world cannot be reduced. Unless you reduce wants, unless you lead a spiritual life, unless you develop contentment, there is no way you can create a stable and peaceful human society. So this is very, very important that you need to understand. And Sister Nivedita, I remember, she has made a great statement looking at Indian civilization and Indian society. She said, the simplicity of Indian home is a deliberate choice of a highly cultured mind. I repeat her statement. The simplicity of Indian home is a deliberate choice of a highly cultured mind. Why we keep our homes very simple? Now, of course, actually, because of this advertisement, because of constant watching of TVs, because constantly watch TVs, so many advertisements are there, everybody wants to have everything. Whatever you see in advertisement, you want to have it, right? You want to purchase it. For that, more wealth is required, so you'll run for wealth. So morning to evening, running, everybody. Where is peace? Okay? You cannot have when you are in a rat race. You can't have peace when you are just running. So you need to be calm, you need to be composed, you need to be restful, to be peaceful. So the simplicity of Indian home is a deliberate choice of a highly cultured mind. We deliberately keep our wants less so that we can focus more on God. You have no choice. Either you have to worship God or mammon. You can't be in between. If you don't progress towards God, if you don't talk about God, think about God, if you don't spiritualize your personality, the opposite only will happen. What else you will do? You have only one mind. It has to meditate on something. If you don't make it meditate on God, it will make it meditate on matter. It will meditate on material things. It seeks material comforts. Day and night, you seek comforts. When you get more money, you will indulge. What you will do? People are eating and drinking and dancing. What else you will do if you have more money? Maybe you'll have a big house, maybe have, a luxury car. But that actually will not give you true fulfillment. Wealth will not bring you true fulfillment. So if you are poor, actually don't worry, it's a blessing in disguise because we are not empowered culturally and spiritually. An increase of wealth is no guarantee that actually it will help us, okay, bring more peace and fulfillment in our life. So first try to empower yourself spiritually, then only you'll be able to handle wealth and power. And before you empower yourself spiritually, and if you get money and power, you will not be able to use them in your advantage. Most of the times, people are using them against their own selves and destroy their own lives. They indulge more and they lose their character, and that brings a lot of unhappiness in the society, as we see in our society present day. Okay? Thank you. Have a nice day.